and you're just staring at the data, you don't know what to do. I've gotten so many questions by many people concerning this particular thing. They always ask me, how do I know what to analyze or what to do with a data? I want to do a personal project, but I'm confused. How should I start? If you have this question or you are struggling with the same thing, then this video is for you. Stay tuned to the end of this video, because in this video, I'm going to show you how to know what to do with your data. That's how to analyze your data, any kind of data from any field. And after watching this video, you are going to know what to do next time that you want to work on a personal project or you're being given a data to analyze. So guys, we're going to go right into the video. So now you are given a data set to analyze, and then or maybe you want to work on a personal project. What exactly should you do? First of all, you should understand what data analysis is. I believe you know what data analysis is, right? Basically, data analysis is just the process of inspecting, cleaning, modeling data to be able to derive insights from it to make better decisions. So this is what data analysis is. So you need to understand what it is actually. If you still want to understand what it is, I made a video on that some time ago. I'll put the link up there so you can go watch and understand what data analysis is. Then now you know what data analysis is. So what next? When you get your data, there is something you should always do. Or before you even get your data, there is something you need to know. The first thing you need to know is that you need to understand what you are to do with that data. So the first thing you need to do when you have a data set is find an objective, a business objective. So what is the objective of your analysis? What do you want to do with this data? So first of all, you're going to look at your data. You're going to explore your data, basically just observing what data is all about. So let's say it's a sales data. You're going to observe the columns that is included in that data, the story the data is trying to tell. So try to understand what the data is about. If it's a sales data, what kind of column does it have? Does it have date column? Does it have cost, profits, quantity sold, order ID, customer ID? What kind of information does it have? So that information will now give you an idea of the kind of thing you can do with that data. So let's say I have a sales export data, and this sales export has customer ID, transaction ID, it has dates, it has costs, it has profits, and it has order value, and then it has customer name, it has even sales manager and sales rep. Looking at this data now, I'll ask myself, what can I do with this? So now I can try to find out the performance of this sales. That's the performance of these sales. Like I would like to find out, okay, what product is selling more, what product category is selling more. Do you get? So just observing this data, I'm kind of finding out what I can do with it. I can be like, okay, I would like to, we can also find out the sales manager that is making more profit, or the customer that is bringing in more money. Do you get? This is something I can do with this kind of data, and I just got it just by observing this data. So when you have a data set, I'm talking about those that are working on a personal project. So when you have a data set, just observe your data, try to understand what it's about, and when you try to understand it, you figure out actually what to do with it or what you can find out from it. Right? Ask yourself question, what can I do with this data? What can I find out with this data? What can be done with this data? And just by looking at it and observing it, you will be able to find out a business objective. So when you are done observing your data, you can find out, okay, this is what I want to do, or this is what I can do with this data. Then you go ahead to do that. So that is the first thing to do if you want to know how to analyze data. All right, first find an objective. Find what you want to get out from the data. Don't just start taking your data to Python table in Excel and just staring at it, don't knowing what to do. First, find out what you want to get out of that data. If you're working in a company, find out the objective of the analysis from the stakeholders. Let them tell you this is what we want you to do. Maybe they realize there's a decline in sales. They can come and meet and say, okay, this is what we want you to do. We want you to find out why there's a decline in sales, or we want you to let us know what happened during the sales. That's like describing the data. We just want you to describe the data. This is a business objective. So find the business objective, find the objective of your analysis, and you can do this by just observing your data or exploring your data. So that's the first thing you need to do. getting a business objective. Okay, so now the second thing you need to do after you've gotten your business objective is getting the right data. So this is why I said you need to do this before you even get your data, because it's based on the business problem that you will now know the kind of data to use. If you're working in a company, you will now be provided with the data set. All right. So, but if it's a personal project, you cannot get your data based on the problem you want to solve. Like I recently concluded on a personal project. That project, I was just curious about the status of data analysts in Nigeria. I was curious about that. I wanted to know the rate of people that are employed as data analysts in Nigeria. That was something I wanted to do. That was my own objective. And after that, I had to now get the data, and I had created a survey to gather that information. After that, I was now able to analyze it. So if you want a video on how I was able to do all this, let me know in the comment section. But this is just an example. Okay, now I already have an objective to know the employment status of data analysts in Nigeria. The next thing I did was not to get the data. So now you have an objective of what you want to do. The next thing is not to get your data. So you can get data from various sources. You can get from Kaggle. If it's in a company, they can give you access to that data in the database. Yes, or you can access the data, or you can scrap the data from a website. This is if you are working, if you are doing a personal project, you can scrap the data from a website. I made a video on how to scrap data from a website using Power BI. Okay, so I'll put the link up there so you can go watch it, and it's a very nice skill to have. Like if you can scrap data from websites, you can be able to, projects that are not common, right? You will not do project that everybody has done, like all these YouTube projects. No, if you want to do a project that will help you stand out, if you can learn how to scrap data from websites and analyze that data, it will help you stand out. I did a project on that using Jumia. I scrapped data from Jumia websites and analyzed it as a personal project. That these kind of things are the kind of project that will set you apart from other data analysts. So trust me, this is a good skill to have. So when you're done watching this video, we'll jump right into that video. Go and watch how to scrap data from a website using Power BI. So diverse sources of getting data from Kaggle, from even government websites and everything. I also have a video on that in my channel. Yes, I am there for you guys. I have a lot of video on these things, so you can just go through my channel and find out the one that you need help with and watch it. Okay, so get your data and then you can go to the next point. So after you're done getting your data, what is next? That is what we're going to talk about. So if you're still watching this video, please like and subscribe to my channel, and then leave a comment in the comment section. Guys, I just want to hear what you think about this video. All right, so after that, the next thing you need to do is to start cleaning the data. CBAR, data accuracy is very important. Imagine that you analyzed a data that has duplicates. That means, let's say one customer's purchase was duplicated, and then you add up the revenue as one, and you're going to get wrong result because there's a duplicate in your data. And they say the company wants to make an investment or make a decision based on that. They are going to be led astray by wrong analysis, and just by that they might sack you from your job. So it's very important that you maintain data accuracy. Make sure that your data has integrity, and one of the ways to do that is make sure you clean your data. So when you have your data, now what you have to do is to clean it. Make sure there is no duplicate, there's no unnecessary information. Remove columns that you don't need based on your business objective. Remove columns that you don't need. Very important, so that it can help you focus. After that, deal with empty cells. There are many ways to deal with empty cells or empty values. Deal with empty cells. After that, you can trim your column, work with the cases, change the cases if need be. Just observe it and remove anything that you know that is not needed there. Make sure you clean your data. Make sure your data is accurate, so that it can help you get accurate results. Okay, now if your data is clean and ready, now we can now move to the next part, which is analysis. You can now start your analysis. So you can use different tools for the analysis. Normally for data cleaning, I prefer using Excel, because Excel, I usually say it anywhere, Excel gives you 100% control over your data that some other apps do not. Like, at least you can touch it and do whatever you want to do with it. So I use Excel for data cleaning most of the time. So for analysis, you can decide to use any tool you want based on what you want to do. You can decide to use Power BI, you can still use Excel, or you can use SQL to analyze your data. Remember that SQL does not, you can't visualize in SQL. So basically, if you use SQL, you have to, import those queries into Excel or Power BI. I made a video on how to do that. Go and check it out. Yes, so you can do that so you can visualize your data. So now, based on the objective of your analysis, don't go and be analyzing what is not part of your objective. Anything you want to analyze should be giving solution to your objective. Like example, I gave example of finding the problem, finding the employment status of data analysts in Nigeria. If I now go and be finding out people that are married, or data analysts are married, or data analysts are single, it has nothing to do with my objective. That is off point. So make sure that your objective is aligned to the analysis you are doing, or your analysis is aligned to the objective that you have. So don't do unnecessary things. Make sure your analysis is solving that problem. So do analysis that will solve your problem. Then after that, you can visualize and prepare your report with your insight and your recommendation. So that is just the steps that you need to know and repeat, because this is the step you always have to take. So I hope this video helps you, and I hope you not be confused again when you want to do personal projects. Just observe the data and understand it, and that is it. And then find out what you can do, and start with what you're interested in. It can also help. Start with what you know and what you're interested in when next you're working on a personal project. So guys, I hope this video was helpful. I will see you in my next video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel before you leave. Thanks for watching, and check out my other videos. All right.